Hello everyone, Namaskar. Today I am going to deliver my lecture on the human values and professional ethics. As you are aware of that we people are living in this world by having some objectives, goals, and we are working for some achievements in the life. But whenever we are talking about the values, about the skills, about the professionalism, it is the need of the hour to learn about the human values and the professional ethics, as it is the mandatory requirement for the students of management to understand about this domain in a very particular way while they are meeting with the people, while they are maintaining their values in the society, in the family, and of course, when we are talking about the nature, yes, that is a very much important area by which we have to work on together. So, buying this objective, the All India Council of Technical Education has introduced that every domain of the discipline, either engineering, management, diploma, they must study that particular discipline, and that is the human values and professional ethics. So, I hope when I am talking about these human values, you must inculcate something in yours while you are doing your MBA course and the management degree. Okay. So, this is very much important to learn about the human values, the basic aspect of the values, the basic aspect of the education, the basic aspect of the professionalism, the basics of the ethics in this world. If we want to live better, then we have to think about the values, but the values cannot be comes like in a day. That we will be practicing when we are talking about experiencing the things in the life. So, this is our lecture number 1, in which we are understanding the need and the basic requirements of the human value in the case of education, in the case of skill enhancement. Then further, there are certain guidelines which are prescribed by the All India Council of Technical Education, and if I am talking about the content, we have to learn the process for value education also in this particular lecture. So, that is why I have started my greetings, right, as the Namaskar to all of you, because when I am talking about the sanskar, when I am talking about the culture, when I am talking about the society, so that is the need of the hour today. Although it is the COVID period and we have to maintain the social distancing, and we are very particular about all these things, whether we are following all the guidelines which is prescribed by the government of India to protect the society, to protect the human being, because human life is always important, and without humanity we cannot survive in this world. So, by this I am giving you some the outlines of my lecture, in which we will be discussing about what is the skill education, what is the value education, what is the need for value education, what are the different aspects to appreciate the need for value education, and the basic guidelines which we are following for the value education also. So, as far as the introduction for skill education is concerned, we all are living in the 21st century, and we cannot forget the skills which we required to learn the things, to maintain the things, to develop the things in this world, and how today's students can stay competitive in a changing job market. Although when we are talking about the value educations, if we are enhancing our skills in some way, we can inculcating certain values in our life. So, definitely when we are talking about the skills, so you need to learn the things in the three ways, right. The first is the learning skills, second one is the literacy skills, third one is the life skills, which are somehow the part of the human values, and of course that is also applicable to the professional ethics. So, I am explaining all these things one by one to you, so that you can understand well that when we are talking about the learning skills, because learning is an ongoing process, it is not like that if I am I have done the MBA, that I have learned the every fundamental of MBA and the management. No, it is not like that. When you are practically apply all these things in the market, in the society, in the family, as an individual, when you are doing the self explorations, right, when we are thinking about the existence in the life, so these skills are working for us. So in the learning skills, what we have to learn? The first is the critical thinking, second one is the creativity, third one is the collaboration, and fourth one is the communication. So that is all are the constituent of the learning skills. If I am talking about the critical thinking, you must understand everything critically. You have to understand both the positive and the negative aspects of everything in your life. In the similar way, when you are managing the things, when you are managing the people, managing your family, managing your society, you must understand the positive and the negative aspects. So critical thinking is very important when we are talking about the learning skills. On the other hand, we can say it is the evaluation of all these things, right. And the second thing is the creativity, because creativity is the ongoing process. Without creativity, you cannot survive in the market. Okay. When we are talking about the television in the earlier days, when we are talking about the radio in the earlier days, now all these televisions are converted into what? We are relying on what? LEDs. We are relying on what? The LCDs. We are relying on these OTT platforms. So that is the creativity which we are facing, which we are practicing in our life. And without collaboration, it cannot be done. If I am talking about shaking hand with somebody to work on the specific task, to work on the specific objective, to save this society, to save the nature, so without shaking hand, you cannot think of that you can do better in the life. So it is very much required when we are talking about the skills enhancement, you need to collaborate somebody. Then the communication, yes, without exchanging of information, you cannot do anything in the life. If you are thinking you are very knowledgeable, if you are not spreading your knowledge to create the awareness among the people in the society, then my dear, you are not, I am not saying that you are doing well in the society. Until you are communicating with the people, until you are interacting with the people, until you are spreading the information, like the COVID-19 is spreading across the world, you can create the awareness. This is our social responsibility. This is the part of learning process. We need to do it. If we are not doing so, then we are not justifying us. So learning skill is very much important, the first aspect of the 21st century skills. Then second part comes to the literacy skills. Yes, if I am talking about the literacy, that comprises of three areas. One is the information, second one now is the media, and third one is the technology. With the blend of all these constituents, we can think of the literacy nowadays. Definitely, literacy meaning has changed now, because it is the need of the 21st century skills. You need to have the proper information, the proper sources which you have across your society, across the family, and you need to rely on the media. Although when we are talking about the appropriateness of media nowadays, it is very difficult to choose that which media is best and which media is the better one, and which media is spreading the relevant information to you. So that is again is a part of literacy skills, because you are learning the things from these constituents. You are learning the things from information shared by somebody, you are learning the things through the media also, you are learning the things from the technology. So thanks to the internet nowadays, internet revolution has created the number of things that if you want to find anything, for example, if you want to find the English meaning of soft, then you can write on the Google, you can have the immediately, that's the spreading of the technology. Okay. So with the advent of all these three constituents, you can enhance your literacy skills. Okay. Then comes to the part of the life skills that is important. Again, if I am talking about the life skills, its constituents are flexibility, its constituents are leadership, its constituent is initiative, then productivity, and of course, the social skills. Okay. So, flexibility is important. We cannot be rigid. If I am talking about the life skills, we cannot be adamant to the particular area, particular task, particular domain. You must be flexible, okay, to accept something in the life, because we are facing many situations in the life which are adverse situations also, which are very happiest situations also. So, if we are flexible to understand all these life skills areas, then definitely we are able to compete in this 21st century skills compatibilities. Then initiative is important. Until you can do the things, how you can learn the things, how you can understand the life, how you can understand the life, the fundamentals of life practically, until you are experiencing, we cannot say we can learn and earn the life. Okay. That is again the important part. Then productivity, everybody is working for the productivity. The companies are producing many things, they are making profitability. So, productivity in case of genuinity is very much essential when again we are talking about the 21st century skills. Then the social skills, do not forget the society is important. Many of the companies are doing the corporate social responsibility, although it is the mandatory conditions which is complianced by the Government of India, that every corporate house has to perform the corporate social responsibility, and we people are also having the some social responsibility factors, okay, like in the later on stages when we are discussing about the nature, when we are discussing about the society, family, individual, self exploration in the later on lecture series. So, all those factors are very much required. Okay. So, that is all about the skill education. Now, comes to the part of the value education that is important, and this concern of our discipline domain. So, there are numerous values, if I am talking about the numerous values in general, okay, and that comprises the part of value education. So, education depends upon the important parameters, and these parameters are the social values, cultural values, individual values, global values, and the spiritual values. So, in which category we are standing now as an individual, as a society, as a family, as a world, all those factors we have to think of, whether we are thinking of that we are fulfilling all the social values in our life, we are fulfilling all the cultural values in our life, we are fulfilling all the individual values in the life, and global values we are considering all global values also, and none above this the spiritual values. So, that we have to consider, that is all are the part of this value education. Now, why there is a need for value education? Again, it is a great concern for us. Why the AICTE is so particular now, the Government of India is particular now, if I am talking about the education policy. They are particular because, as you know, that the number of orphanage, right, are increasing day by day. Why they are increasing day by day? There is no need of the orphanage. Why the people are not understanding the value of a person, the value of the life, the value of human being? So, all the human beings continuously aspire for what? For a happy life. Definitely, if as an individual I think that I would be happy and I want the happy life. So, a fulfilling and successful life, again we have to understand this, and the purpose of education is to provide adequate competence. Yes, try to understand my words. The purpose of education is to provide adequate competence to actualize these aspirations. Yes, definitely we have the aspirations in the life. When we are growing up, we are thinking of that we will be a doctor, we will be a engineer, we will be a management, and we will be a businessman, we will be having a very good car, luxury car, we will be having a very good house, we will be living a very lavish food. All those are the aspirations associated with the human life. So there is a need for understanding the value education as well. Okay, so you cannot survive until you can understand the importance of value education. So for this, first of all, it is very essential to understand what is really valuable for human being and what is really conducive to a happy and fulfilling life. This is the value domain. Okay. First of all, what is really valuable in your life? We have many facets in the life. First valuable thing in our life is our health. If we are having the good health, then definitely we can work on well. Do you think of? You can think. If I would say that which is valuable in the life, so health is the important parameter, important factor in the life which goes you up to the height of the extent. Okay. It is not like that. So there is a need for value education to understand that which is valuable as a human being for you, for us, for me also. Okay. If we want to fulfill all the happiness in the life, so that's we are calling the value domain. Then it is essential to know also how to actualize it, from where we can actualize all those things, that which thing is valuable for me, which thing is valuable for society, which thing is valuable for my family, how to make it happen, how we can make it happen, how it can be possible. If I am talking about the happiness in the life, success in the life, what is the meaning of success? What is the meaning of life? What is the meaning of happiness? So with the help of the skills generation, this is only possible that you are generating value in yourself. So that we are calling the skills. So that's why I have discussed, on a very first slide I have discussed about the 21st century skills requirement which you need, by not forgetting every constituent of the learning skills, literacy skills and the life skills, because these all are going simultaneously in your life. Okay. Then the subject which enables us to understand what is valuable for human happiness is called what? Value education, as I have already explained. What is valuable for us? For the management people, for the management students, what is valuable for you? For the engineering students, what is valuable for them? Right? For human happiness, it is called the value education. Okay. So there is a dire need for value education nowadays, and the organizations, these educational institutions, the government of India, our great educationists, they are working hard to spread up all these concerns, because where the world is going on, we cannot say that where the world is going on. We are facing number of problems. We are facing number of problems in the life, and the great example is this pandemic. So every human being has to be very particular on that part, and accordingly they have to generate the values in the life. So the value education enables us what? To understand our needs and visualize our goals. What the value education is doing? Value education provides the platform It enables us to understand our needs and visualize our goals. In what sense? In the correct sense. I am talking about the correctness, correctly, as appears on the slide, and also indicate the direction of their fulfillment. Definitely, if these goals correctly run, that indicate the direction of their fulfillment also. So, what the value education provides us? It enables us to understand our needs and visualize our goals correctly. I am using the word correctly. Okay. So, we have to be particular that whenever we are understanding things, we need to be correct on that particular area. So, if I am talking about the value of any unit, now taking the practical part of the value in this existence is its participation in the larger order of which it is a part. For example, what is the value of a pen? If pen is there and paper is not there, then do you think there is a value of a pen that it can write? Here writing is the participation of the pen. Without pen you cannot participate in the writing, without paper you cannot participate in the writing process. So, you need the both. Pen is important, pen has value on that identity, paper has value on that identity, and if you want to do the process of writing without pen and paper you cannot do it. Okay. So, if I am talking here, the writing is the participation of the pen in the bigger order in which pen, paper and human being all are present. If human is not there, what is the relevance of the pen and paper? No existence. So, in this area we will be discussing the existence and the coexistence of the things, by which if I am talking about the complementary aspects, without pen there is no relevance of the paper, without pen and paper there is no relevance of the writing. If you want to write, you need the pen, you need the paper also. Okay. And above all, to write you need the hand to write. Okay. That is the human being. Okay. So, that is why if I am talking about the value, I am delivering the lecture here. Without the camera I cannot be able to deliver the lecture, although I may deliver if I am taking the help of the blackboard, but whenever I am recording something without the camera it is not able to record. Okay. So, that is the value of my lecture. So, this is what there is a need for value education. Why there is a need for value education? Because we have to understand every aspect of the value. That is the importance. Okay. If I am talking about the, if you have a low visibility of your eyes, without eyes you cannot do anything. Although we have the many things, right, to improve on the vision of our eyes, we are using the glasses. So, this is what the need for value education. Further, when we are talking about the different aspect to appreciate the need for value education, why it is and why we are appreciating that there should be a need for the proper value education. So, there are some aspects in the life. First is correct identification of our aspirations. Why there is a need? Because we want to be correct, and the correct identification of our aspirations is very much required when we are talking about the need for value education. Second most important aspect is understanding universal human values to fulfill our aspirations in continuity. It is not like that once you have fulfilled the aspiration that another aspiration is not coming on the way. Another aspirations are coming on the way, and understanding universal human values are very much important for the value education. to fulfill our aspiration in continuity. That's again is the second aspect. Third aspect is values and skills are complementary to each other. Okay. If I am talking about if you have a skills and you are not having the value educations, then there will be no use, because values and skills are complementary to each other. That is why there is a need. That is why there is a need to appreciate the value education. Then evaluation of our belief, again it is an important area. You cannot forget the evaluation of your belief. You must evaluate what is right, what is wrong. Obviously, every individual has the different beliefs in their life. Every individual are having the different culture. Every individual having this different traditions. Okay, what is right, what is wrong, and technology and human values. Again, it's a major concern. Technology and human values are now going simultaneously, and you need to understand this aspect also. So that's why if I am talking about the different aspects to appreciate the need for value educations, these are the correct identification, understanding universal human values, complementary of values and skills, evaluation of our belief, and technology and human values. So, as I have already given in the outline of this lecture, there are certain basic guidelines for value education, and these guidelines are as follows. First is the universal. Value education is applicable to all human beings. That is universal in nature. Okay? So, you cannot forget for that particular domain, particular area, if I am talking about the basic guidelines for value education. Rational, not based on blind belief. You have to take the rational decision if I am talking about the value education. You cannot believe on this blindly on anything. There are a number of information are spreading nowadays on the social media. What we are doing right now, we are just watching that particular information on the social media. Without verification, we are forwarding it, we are sharing it. Whether we verified all these things or we believe that that is right. So, value education does not mean that you have to be irrational. So, you have to take the rational decisions while understanding. It is not based on the blind belief. It is based on the what? It is based on the naturality and verifiability. You have to be natural, you have to be to verify all those these informations. These are the basic guidelines for the value education, and all compassing aimed at what? Transforming our core levels, and the core levels in the human life is individual, family, society, and nature consciousness, and living together. I am using the word living together. It covers all dimensions of our living. The thought we are having in our mind, behavior, how we are behaving with the people in the society, at the workplace, and understanding as well as leading to the harmony. Yes, on a later on lectures series, we will understand the levels of harmony, that how the harmony is created. There are numerous aspects which we have to discuss in this particular introductory this introduction phase of our understanding human values and professional ethics. Okay. So, these are the basic guidelines which I have discussed, that these are universal in nature. Okay. Be rational, natural, and verifiable, all encompassing aimed at transforming our core levels, that is individual, family, society, nature, and living together with the process of thought, behavior, working together and understanding as well as leading in the harmony. So, what shall be the process of value education? So, the process of value education has to be that of self exploration. Here the meaning of the self verification. If I am talking about the self exploration and not of giving sermons only, it is not like that कि हमें कुछ उपदेश देना है कहीं पे. It is not like that. We have to be very particular. Giving sermons are easy, but implementation is very difficult. Or telling do's and don'ts. This is right, this is wrong, this is right, this is wrong. We know that this is right and this is wrong, but what is the applicability? What is the practicalities? Whether we are all implementing all those things, whether we did these self explorations, self verifications. So, whatever is found as truth or reality may be stated as proposal. So, if I am talking about the truth and reality, it is a proposal and has to be verified at the own right. We must verify it, right or wrong, good or bad. So, value education provides us what? All these things. If we are very particular about this process of value education, okay. So, it is the process of dialogue between what you are and what you really want to be. So, value education is what? It is the dialogue between what you are, where you stand at the individual level, at the family level, at the society level, at the nature level, and what you really want to be. Again at these 4 levels: individual, family, society and nature. So, it is the process of knowing yourself, knowing oneself, and through that knowing entire existence. If you know well yourself, as far as the value education is concerned, then you are able to knowing the entire existence in the world. So, this is the importance, this is the process of value education, right. So, it is a process of recognizing one's relation with every unit in existence. I am using the word every unit in existence. In the world, we have the existence of the animals, we have the existence of the trees, we have the existence of the number of things and fulfilling it. It is a process of what? Recognizing one's relation. What is the relation with me, with my colleague? What is the relation with of mine with my family? And how happy we are all, that as a unit. So, every unit in existence and fulfilling it to recognize one relations. Then this is a process of what? This is a process of self exploration, which helps you be in a harmony within yourself and in harmony with everything around you. Okay. So, these are the basics things which we need to understand in the case of value education, and in the very next lecture we will be discussing about the human values, moral values, right. What are the constituents, the components of the human values in the life. So, we will be discussing all these in our next lecture, right. So, till then take care of yourself, and you can assess yourself by doing this, exploring the term value, skill and value education. What values for you, explain in your own words, and why there is a need for value education in today's scenarios. You can self assess yourself. Until then, take care of yourself, and namaskar.